Okay, this video is a bit of a lesson that I have taught in the last few weeks at the Glasgow Folk Music Workshop. So we've learned the air Ranters as a strathspey. I'll just quickly play that to you because it's already on my channel in full elsewhere. But just to go over what a strathspey is, so it's in 4/4. And the characteristic of a strathspey is what we call the Scotch snap, which is the short long note which goes like this. Now generally these notes are played down bow then up bow, just because you get the best snapping sound that way. So the down bow is really short and then you snap your wrist to play the up bow. So the first part of the air Ranters in a strathspey goes like this. So even in that first bar, we've got down up very fast, and when you play the up bow, your bow comes off the string. So, and then you have to get your bow to go back on the string without doing any bouncing to play the third note. So the first three notes are, and to get your bow to go back on the string without bouncing all over, you have to make sure that you're doing it with conviction, so you're pressing down, and you also want to put the bow back on down about here at the part of the bow that's not too bouncy. If you put it on in the middle, you'll bounce everywhere. So the strathspey air Ranters goes like this. So most of the Scotch snaps are on a down and then an up bow because that's the best way to do them. However, if we have a bar which has an odd number of notes, then we have to do something different with our bowing. So there's in bar 2, so we've got, then we have a long note in bar 2, then we have 2 more quick notes before bar 3 starts. So because we're at the top of our bow already, we can't do the Scotch snap that's coming up next down up, so we have to slur the Scotch snap on an up bow. So it would be, okay, so every time after you play a long note, you then go on to do your next Scotch snaps 2 up bows, so like this. Two ups. And then you would again do 2 ups to go back and play the A part again. The B part of the air Ranters goes. So that's fairly simple. So what a lot of people do is they play a strathspey and then they turn it into a reel. So a reel is very like a strathspey, but it doesn't have any dots or dashes, so it doesn't have any short longs. All of the notes are just the same. So I'm going to play the air Ranters as a reel. I'll play it slowly first. So this is how it goes. It's exactly the same notes and exactly the same bowings as the strathspey, but just with no short longs. So it goes like this, 3, 4. So that's the tune as a reel. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the tune fast as a strathspey and then go into a reel fast so you can see the join, then I'll show you how to do the join slowly. So here are the two tunes together fast. So okay, so I'm going to play the last part of the strathspey once and then join it onto the first part of the reel slowly. So the tempo is exactly the same, so keep your foot going at exactly the same tempo. The tune is exactly the same, so your left hand is doing exactly the same, it's just the rhythm that changes. So see if you can work it out. So okay, so that's how to join them together. Quite often if you're playing a strathspey into a reel, once you've got the join done, the reel will get a little bit faster just as you go off and play it, but don't worry about that too much. The other very common thing that you will get in Scottish music is that you'll get a march first, then a strathspey, and then a reel. So and then sometimes you would get 2 or 3 reels at the end to finish the set off and make it a nice big long set, but we're just going to stick with the strathspey and the reel for now. So I'll play them both joined together, fairly moderate speed so you can get them. So 1, 2. Feel free to add on some more reels at the end, and I'll stick on a march at a later date as well. Good luck!